Hi, my name is Cara, and welcome to my channel. This is my first video, so hi. I am starting this channel because I have, actually, I'm not sure what I have. I have struggled with anxiety and depression for most of my life. I'm 28. And I have just recently started the journey of professional help and therapy and medicine, and I've always tried talking to friends and family, but you get to a point where it's not enough and there's a big problem that is debilitating. So I wanted to make this YouTube channel because I have a really great support system. I have my husband and his sister, who happens to be my best friend. You'll meet her later, like in another video. And I have people in my life that understand and are helpful and therapeutic, but sometimes it's, you just need someone unbiased who doesn't know you, and sometimes it's even good to have medication. Not that I'm saying go get medication. No. It's a personal journey. But I want to make this channel because I know not everyone is lucky enough to have the same support system that I do. I know there are people who are alone, and I was one of them for a long time. And I remember what that felt like, to be alone and feel alone and like no one understands. So I do know what that's like. So I want to make this channel so that if you do feel alone, you can come here and know that you're not, because I want to make a community of like-minded people who are supportive of each other, and can help each other on this journey, because it is completely a journey. And that's one thing I'm learning, is, like I said, in the past 2 months, I just started with professional therapy and stuff, and there is no quick fix. There's no pill that's going to fix everything immediately. It is a journey. And a lot of times it takes a long time to learn what does and doesn't work for you. And in the meantime, I just want to be supportive of other people who are in that same journey. So, let me see. So, who am I? So, my name's Cara, obviously. Hi. I really am a very bubbly person, usually. Probably one of the most important things about me is that, or not most important, most notable things about me is that I am very, very, loving, and I'm a big hugger. Hi to all my people who don't like hugs, I understand, but I'm a big hugger. I love pandas. It's kind of an obsession, honestly. I have several hats and books, and actually, my channel book with all my notes in it is a panda, so I'm not making it up. So I love pandas. And I have a husband. I have a 5-year-old. He'll be 6 in January. So I have a 5-year-old son. Lots of friends. Not lots of friends. I have several close friends. Not lots of friends by any means, but I have several close friends. Like I said, I have a pretty good support system. So I wanted to talk about why. I know it's my first video, but I wanted to talk about why why I started to get help. And like I said, I think I've already explained why I wanted to start the channel, but one of the main reasons I decided to get help, and I'll talk about this more in other videos, I'm sure. I want to do a whole dedicated playlist. I want to do a whole dedicated, conversation about, me, not me, but things that trigger me, and so that if you have the same triggers, you don't feel like I'm the only person triggered by this. So the main reason I decided to get professional help is it was becoming very debilitating in my relationships. I was shutting people out. It got to a point where when I would try to go somewhere, if there was too many people in the parking lot, too many cars, I would not get out of the car because it's too many people and my anxiety could not handle it. And I would go from super duper high to not doing well at all. I I want to be careful this first video because I want to give everyone time to know what this channel is about. And, you know, obviously trigger warnings are very important to me. So I want to make sure everyone has time to know what the channel is about before I just like spew off a whole bunch of triggering things. So I'll just say that I wasn't doing well. And yeah, for me, it just got to a point where I didn't want to live like that anymore, because it got to this point where it was like the times that were high were fewer and the lows were harder, and I wasn't me as much. And like I said, it is a journey. I still don't feel like I'm 100% myself all the time, but it is a journey, and we're all in it together, so that's nice. One reason, like I said, I really want to do the channel is because I feel like you would think it's 2020 almost, and we're also, you know, inclusive. We're all considerate of each other. But a lot of times, it's not that way with mental health. It's not really talked about. And if it is talked about, there's something wrong with you. And that's not necessarily true. Like, even if I get a diagnosis that says, oh, you have a chemical imbalance in your brain, so technically your brain isn't doing what it's supposed to or doing it too much, I don't ever want that kind of language on this channel. I don't ever want to say that something is wrong with you, because you're not broken and you're not useless. If you have a chemical imbalance, that doesn't mean that anything is wrong with you. It just means that you're different, and that's okay. It would be really, really boring if we were all exactly the same. And I know that doesn't really help, because anxiety and depression is really hard. So I know it's easy for me to sit here and be like, yay, we're all different. But it's not always a good thing, but I try to be positive. I try to look at what is positive about the things I'm going through. Because if you focus on the negative, it just spirals, and that's not good for anyone. So, on that note, kind of what to expect on the channel, I want to do a couple different things. I want to do, like, obviously, mental health awareness videos is important to me. One thing I'd love to get around to, if there's an interest for it maybe later on in the channel, is body positivity, because I'm obviously plus size, and I like that about myself now. It is part of the struggle. The media and like social networking and Instagram and all that, it's very easy to compare. So I want to talk about that maybe eventually, because I feel like that does go with mental health somewhat. I really love makeup, so maybe one day, if there's an interest, I'll do makeup tutorials. More like me doing my makeup like a crazy person and yelling about I can't find my brushes, because that happens every single time. So that's pretty funny, and I think funny content is important, because I do want to talk about the heavy things, but I think it's important to also be a source of less heavy things, because it is nice to have a break from all of that mind stuff, because I know it never stops. You have both anxiety and depression. The depression kicks you, and then while you're down there, the anxiety is like, hey, you're already down here. Let's think of all the horrible things about you and your life. And yeah, it's really hard to have both at the same time. So I want to be a source of fun content as well. So there'll be that. I really want to share things that I'm learning in therapy and tools that I'm finding to be helpful. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be an easy fix, and that's sad and hard. But I think accepting that is really important, and I'm on that road to acceptance, I think. And I'm learning that it's more important to find ways to cope as opposed to fix, because there might not ever be a fix. I don't know of any like sure like cure for anxiety and depression. You kind of just find ways to cope and deal with it. And sometimes that's medicine and therapy. Other times it's other things, obviously, other than medication and therapy. For the longest time, I just talk to my friends, and this is not going to be a like necessarily spiritual channel. But I do think faith is also very helpful to me. So even before I did, like I said, professional help, I was trying to find ways to cope. It just, for me, got to a point it wasn't enough and I needed more help. So I don't ever want to make anyone on this channel or anyone ever feel like they're not welcome here because they're not spiritual or because they're not blah blah religion or politics. I'm not going to talk about any of that. So, yeah. Let me know what you guys want to see. I will always have the suicide hotline and self-harm hotlines linked in the description, and comments are always open. Please try to be positive towards each other, though. I don't want comments of, I know there are hateful comments everywhere, but if I see them, I will probably delete them because that's not what I'm gonna encourage here. So there's that. I have Twitter and I am active on that and Instagram as well, and I'll try to link those as well. And comment, let me know what you guys would want to see, or I think just starting a conversation about anxiety and depression is important. So yeah, comment, let me know your struggle, or even just say hi. I'm cool with that too. Always room for friends here. So I will see you guys in the next video, and panda hugs, and good luck and be strong. I know it's hard, but you're not alone, and don't give up, because there's always, if you give up, then it's over. If you keep trying, there's at least something. There's at least some potential for help or improvement. But if you give up, it's just done. And this just, don't. So I love you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.